So here's an example of the walk I was talking, or this arm swing that I was talking about here. I have this character kind of doing a quick little arm swing, and you can see this breaking of the joints in the hands and of the arms. If you go back and kind of look at the hands, if you can pause it, you can see how they swing. Look at the curve here, this curve, and then the angle down. You can see the breaking of the wrist, of the joints here. This as the arm is going back, and then I have this nice shape, this curved shape, and then the opposite. There, see how it broke this, and then it goes back. And when you do that, it's giving him a fun little swing of the arms. Now, you may like that, you may hate it, but it does work. Works rather well in establishing a nice little swing. All right, so that's something to think about. You don't have to use it, but it's something. It's a personal favorite technique of mine that I think it's fun to do. Now I'm going to adjust my hands a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit more to them as I hit these poses. I'm going to maintain this one a little bit longer and hit that, and then maybe even pull that one I don't want it to go into his chest, but you could even drop in a little bit more here just to give it a little bit more of a feeling. So as it's going through, you get this feel. So if I play through my cycle, now I might want to stretch out, bring his arm down, maybe not so much there. And this is the kind of thing that could go on and on and on and on forever. I might want to bring that down, get a better curve shape there, see how that looks. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. It's a little bit waddly. Anyway, this is the kind of thing you can adjust forever. Now that feels a little too stiff. I don't like that. Goes to here, to there. And I'm going to give a little bit more. But anyway, that's the kind of thing that you can work with. But that gives you, and it gives it personality, and that's what you want. You want personality. You want them to have an attitude. You want them to be doing something that's fun to watch. It may not make sense in this particular or for every context. You know, you don't want your character necessarily doing that all the time, but it is a way to add a different layer of texture to your character. Now I would like to see a little bit more hand bend right at this point, so I'm going to move a little bit more, and I think I'm going to add a little bit more right here. So that gives me a lot better fluidity. And I'm going to just check the curve on this arm. Now I'm going to look at my graph editor, and I'm going to look at the way these curves are going, and I want to make sure I'm getting I'm going to flatten these. Actually, I'm going to clamp them a little bit. Clamping will make the movement a little more flowing. Now when it gets back to the back here, I'm going to adjust this just a wee bit more. He feels a little, I'm going to actually add a little bit more. I'm going to add just a little bit more to the elbow right there. And I'm going to bend his arm up. And you'll see as he goes, as he starts to come back down, there's a little bit more of a delay on his elbow. And it just gives it a little bit more fluidity. Up, then down, then back. And I think I might just extend that elbow out a little bit more right here. It gives him a little bit more relaxed feel. Now, I don't... And I might want to just add a little bit more. Straight here. See, I'm really shaping. I'm really trying to shape it, actually. Just the shape of the arms. And I might find I'm overworking it a little bit. Feels a little floppy to me. But this is the kind of thing that I'm just going to keep working on a little bit. And I'm getting a little bit of a snap there that I don't like. So I'm going to just keep working on it until I like it. And you know what? I may get to the point where I need to just start over. If I don't like it, if I'm not getting the shapes that I want. So what I've done is I need to make sure I'm gonna go here, and then I'm going out, and then forward, back. And what I'm doing is I'm getting a little too much of a bend there. I think I want to back off that elbow a little bit. And maybe go to a -42 and go to a -42 here so that they're the same. Let's see what I get. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of a delay because I'm getting a double shot of that, and I don't want it to feel like it's popping. There, I want it to be more of a flow back and forth. Alright, so I'm going to Control Save that. And I'm basically going to go back to my other arm and try to do something similar. Now, it doesn't have to be identical at all, but I do want it to have kind of a flow back and forth. I currently have kind of a stiff arm, and it's up here, and I like to go to that midpoint because we flow into this and flow out of it, okay? So as we are flowing back, it's this arm. And as I'm flowing back, I'm going to be breaking the wrist. So this is about midway. So as I move forward, I'm thinking about my wrists. And I'm going to go into my arm right here, and I'm going to give it a break. I'm giving it a curve. So here's this. Oh, one of which I'm not seeing too well. I want to make sure I get my curve, my shapes right. And so I want to make sure I've got my keys set the right spot. Frame 1 are the same. Now I'm going to go here. I'm not seeing a lot of it here because of the way this, then this. Got this, then this. And as I'm moving to this midpoint, which was 13, I'm going to keep giving it a little bit of a flow. I'm looking at the shapes that I'm putting in. And I'm also going to be this shape, this, then this, and then it's flowing back, and it hits this part, and then it's going to start moving forward. So here at 17, I want it to be going back this way. So I should lock in a value, kind of broken, and then straight, and this, and back up. So flowing back up. Now I want to add in my elbow. So elbow here. I'm keying that. I already keyed it. So in this section here, I'm going to kind of start relaxing that elbow a little bit. Oops, didn't key it. Then it's going to hit more of a straight as this arm comes forward. The elbow might drag a little. This is where I break the elbow a little bit, just a little. I have this shape, then I bring it back up to the front here, where I have this elbow. I'm going to go negative 38, and then here I'm going to say negative 38. I'm going to look at that real quick. I'm going to hit save, control save, and I'm going to just look at the flow of that. Now that's a lot better. It's a lot more simple and a little more fluid. Now what it's doing when I hit this up here, I'm going to bring up the elbow a little bit more, I think. Negative 38. I think I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Maybe go, no, that's negative 78. Let's just see what that looks like. It's pretty, there we go. See how it's crossing over in front of his chest? Alright. That's giving me some nice fluid motion. His hand is a little bit more stiff than I like, but I'm getting something here. Now, when he starts to draw back down, I think what I want to do is I'm going to straighten this out a little bit more. I'm going to make it a little bit more bent, like this, at, I'm going to copy that and put that at the end. And what I want to do is I want to see that hand wobble a little bit more, and then when I'm drawing back, I'm seeing it, but I want to see it a little bit more. I want that shape, that, and then don't want too much there. That's pretty intense for that. But I want to see how it looks. This and that, and then this shape, and then breaking of the wrist.